You guys, bad news. Unfortunately, bullying doesn't end in high school. Disgusting individuals graduate schools. They go in the real world, get jobs, start families, and ruin everybody else's life. They still deserve to live, and we have to live with them, right? We're gonna learn how to live with them. We're gonna learn how to put them in their place. You're going to deal with them respectfully because we're living in a liberal democracy.
And iced coffee? Do you have iced coffee?
Yes.
Yay!
So did you want the specialty coffee? So we can do the caramel latte, mocha chocolate blend, or cappuccino as ice, like serve it cold.
What about just like iced coffee, no sugar, no milk? Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna talk about everything: family, close friends, strangers. How to get people to stop disrespecting you. I have like sleepers on. You guys, I'm trying to find a song for takeoff. We're going to rise above. I mean, of course we're not going to rise above it. Sometimes it just doesn't feel good to rise above it. You know, I tried, and some of the advice that I hear from people pleasers on how to stop disrespecting yourself is, oh, if someone insulted you or made a comment, say to them, oh, can you repeat that? So that they feel embarrassed and think about what they said twice. Are you Queen of England? Sometimes you just can't rise above it because you can't just keep rising. Because no one cares if you're rising above it. They'll just continue. My eyes cough. So, advice number 1. Call them out. You gotta give them firm responses. No long explanation. No reaction. Do it in a confident way. And this actually happened to me like a week ago. I was on the plane, right? And I knew that 2 people in front of me, older people, like 50 something years old, were making fun of me. What happened is that they were sitting on the first row of the plane and I was standing in the cabin looking to the back of the plane. So I'm here, they are there, I'm standing up looking to the back of the plane, yeah? Just checking. So I was looking at the restroom of the back of the plane because the one that was at the front wasn't open or something like that. What this 50-year-old fucker did is that he had like a jar of gums, like chewing gums, that he could shake, and he shook it in front of my eyes for like 2 milliseconds and laughed to the chick that was sitting next to him. It's like, this fucker, because you know, like when someone's looking at something for a long time, you can just do, like in Europe they do this, which is like disrespectful. So he's doing that to me for like a millisecond. And I immediately know what's going on. But I'm also just like, I like low-key dismiss it. And I immediately make like eye contact with him and he's like, oh. And I was like, oh, okay. And I kind of sit and let that situation marinate. And then I realized, I'm like, this fucker was like making fun of me for no reason. Doing this, are you fucking bored or something? So as the plane is about to land, I'm like tapping on his seat, sitting behind him. I'm like, excuse me, I saw that you were shaking a jar of gum right in front of my eyes. Can you explain to me why you did that? I'm being super calm. He looks back at me like shocked, right? And he's like telling me in perfect English, I do not speak English. And from the way that he said that, I fucking knew that he knew that he was guilty. So I start calling him out. Very firm, not super long explanation, but I say it pretty out loud, and because the plane is landing, the whole cabin is quiet. Everybody is listening. Everybody understands English, even though it was a European flight in Europe. And I'm like, you are 50, almost 60 years old. Like, you should be embarrassed of yourself. Like, what are you doing making fun of 20 years old? I think, like, did you really think that I wasn't going to notice? Like, I'd feel embarrassed if I was you. I don't even remember what I said. I just know that my main argument was that he was too old to be, like, making jokes like that. I just called him out in, like, the most firm and fair way possible, and in a way that made other passengers think, like, oh my god, this guy screwed up, you know? Because I don't want to let other people think that I'm crazy. I want to let other people think that he is crazy. So I do that, and I call him out. I remember I also said something like, grow up, like, you're 50 something years old, like, and that was fantastic. Like, I felt really good doing that. But then I was like, you know what? That's not enough, you know? Even though we embarrassed him. And as I did something, maybe it wasn't a good idea, but honestly, it was great. I don't regret it. So I call him out. Everybody's staring at him. Everybody's confused. His face is red. The chick next to him is embarrassed of him. And then I realized, like, you know what, you guys deserve more. And as the plane lands, you know, I wait for the moment that the plane touches the ground. And you know how it makes low-key, like, a crazy noise, and they're not listening to earphones or anything. They are sitting, two people that made fun of me, right in front of me. And I see a gap between them where their ears are. And as soon as the plane lands, like seconds before that happens, I get this crazy idea in my head to do a really loud clap to their ear. Just to scare them. Just to with them, you know? Just to let them know that, you know, they got their super respectful call out, but they also got a little bit of spice. So the plane lands and I go in their ear. And at that point, like, you can claim that I was applauding, you know, to the pilot or something like that. Like, they were so scared that I clapped. Like, they genuinely thought the plane exploded when we landed. And I had so much fun. And that was the beginning of their trip and the beginning of my trip. And if I didn't call them out and do that, I'd feel like shit. But when you call people out, you start accumulating these experiences, right, of standing up. And the more experiences you get like that, the better you get at it, and the more confident you feel about yourself. So you guys need to fucking do that. But you're obviously not gonna do that to every person. You're gonna judge the situation. In this situation, they were quite, like, they seemed like they were educated, but they thought that they could mock me because I was much younger, and I just put them in their place, and they were quite embarrassed. If someone is making fun of you or is bullying you or disrespecting you because you are doing some type of activity or a thing, like because you're crocheting or something, then you should double down on it. Double down on whatever it is that you're doing that they have a problem with. Show them. Do more of it. And the way that I know that it works, it was actually like a couple of weeks ago again. I was at a train station filming content, you know? That's my job. And these two f***ers were making fun of me. Again, two people. This time my age. Girl and a boy. The way that I knew that they were making fun of me, because I'm like, am I just going crazy, is that on the edge of some of my selfies or videos, I see their fucking dumbass, smug, ugly faces. And they're like, oh, this influencer, oh. Get the fuck out. I'm just making money, whatever. I'm like, oh, okay, so they have a problem with me recording in public, even though, for most of it, I'm literally just taking a video of the fucking train. Get out. So I'm like, you know what? I don't have energy for confrontation. I'm not gonna call them out in front of people because it's a train station. Nobody gives a fuck. Because on the plane at work, because everyone's bored, people love drama on planes because there's nothing to do. Here, I'm like, you know what? If they're making fun of me for filming, taking selfies, I'm gonna double down. And so I go, and they sit on a bench, and I stand right in front of them. Like, I low-key into their personal space, right in front of them. And I get my phone out, and I stand, and I just go like a crazy person, and I just start filming myself and taking selfies. And they were shocked. Because they totally expected for me to be like, oh my god, these people are making fun of me, I'm so shy. Instead, I was like, F you, I'm gonna take selfies right in front of your face. And the way that I knew that they were shocked was because I saw their faces in the reflection of a train window. There was a train passing us, and I saw their faces in the reflection, and they were like, oh. They were shocked. No need to confront them, don't need to do anything. Just double down on whatever you're doing and do it with confidence. And make them think, am I fucking crazy? How can this person be so confident in what they're doing? Like, why am I making fun of them? And that was wonderful. It felt so good to stand up to them. And you know what? I didn't need to engage in a confrontation. Didn't need to speak up. And like, this was a situation of, like, you know, you can rise above it in a way that says F you, you know? Without engaging in a conversation or debate. Because there is no debate. They're stupid. I think I see my food. You know what I mean? Number 3 is involving a person of authority. Because sometimes it's better for someone else to do the work. You know, you don't want to drain your energy. And at the same time, you feel happy because you've addressed it and someone's done something. So you can involve your manager, or it really depends on the situation. You know, involve a parent. In my story, I involved fucking police because this guy, I was at the airport, right? And I passed the security, and he was like asking me, oh, what's your name? And where are you flying to? And I was like, oh my god. And I said something like, oh, like, why are you asking me? Because, you know, I'm at an airport. Fuck, am I giving away my personal information, like where I'm going? I don't know this guy. I don't know. And then this guy starts cursing at me. I'm like, oh my god. He was like saying fucked up shit. I feel like he was under the influence. And I was like, oh, I'm not gonna engage with him. Like, I'm not gonna say anything. We're at the airport. But at the same time, I was thinking to myself, I'm at a fucking airport and you're gonna f with me? I go to airport security and I didn't know that they had like 20 police officers on site. I was like, oh, explaining very calmly, I'm like, there is a man who was cursing at me, and they were like, oh, you know, where is he? Like, we're gonna look into it. And I look at the guy because he was hanging around. 15 police officers like approach him and they like surround. You guys, the story is too dramatic. The camera fell. And like 15 police officers approach him, like they freaking surround him. And I'm like, oh. At the airport, sure thing, you know. You can't fuck with people at the airport, you know. A lot of bad things can happen. Oh my god. There's even a candle. Look how cute this looks. This is the last one, yeah? Number 4. You guys, sometimes you just need to walk the f*** away. For real. When you ignore people, they feel pain in their heart. And sometimes, that's the only way. I'll probably put like family in this category. Just ignore them if they're disrespecting you, or someone that still has a chance with you. You want to correct their behavior, but you can't be calling them out, doing anything else. Anyway, family. Let's just say like you're LGBT, yeah, and your family doesn't agree with you. And they start saying, spewing nasty shit to you. Disrespectful. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna call them out? Or embarrass them? No, you're not. I mean, you can, but you're not gonna get anywhere. They're not gonna suddenly realize, like, oh my god, gays are great. Right? So, you're not gonna call them out if they hate gays, okay. Are you gonna double down on what you're doing? What is the point? They're not gonna change their mind. And number 3, are you gonna involve authority? Are you gonna tell your grandma that your mom is homophobic? There's no point involving anyone. So are you gonna argue with them? You know, about, you know, you're not. It's nobody else's fucking business. You're just gonna save your energy and walk away and ignore those people. I feel like that's a really good one, honestly. Such a great one. And when you ignore people long enough, they actually start going crazy. Someone is ignored long enough, they honestly start questioning their own sanity and everything they do, everything they think about, everything they believe in. And honestly, that's the whole point. Please subscribe to my channel. I think my last video got like 400 views, which is honestly great because I don't feel any pressure to deliver a certain type of content. There's no expectations. I can do whatever I want and I'm having so much fun. But I want you guys to have fun with me. So let me know what you want me to talk about next. What time is it in LA? It's 2 a.m. in LA. I need to go to bed. I'm so sleepy. Please don't let people walk over you. If you can't do it for yourself, can you at least do it for me? Please. You will thank yourself later on. Anyway, I love you guys. Mwah. Mwah. Hope you have a wonderful day. Mwah. I think I can turn off this video using this thing. Look.